Imagine a technology that could complete a flight that typically takes 12 hours in just 30 minutes. Now imagine a militarized version of this tech taking 400 Marines armed to the teeth, together with gear and supplies for days, to almost any place at any time. Well, that's exactly what Ellon Musk is trying to do right now with SpaceX's Starship program. In development since 2012, the Starship aims to develop a fully reusable spacecraft that can carry humans and cargo to various destinations, including any place on Earth, the Moon, Mars, and beyond. The plan is to use the low Earth orbit, which is about 100 miles from the surface, to travel at 17,000 miles per hour, which is more than double of the Russian Kinzhal hypersonic missile's speed. Yes, I know it may sound bogus now, but remember that things such as the microwave or even velcro were considered sci-fi in some point of history. But to understand the real size of the revolution this tech is about to bring, we need to know how things happen today. Imagine the logistical nightmare of transporting massive amounts of supplies, vehicles, and troops across long distances for military operations or exercises. Major military powers like the US, China, and Russia face this daunting challenge on a regular basis. Take the example of the Gulf War in 1991, the last major military conflict of our time. Over 1 million tons of equipment, cargo, and supplies were transported to the Gulf region, specifically Saudi Arabia, in just 7 months. This Herculean logistical effort involved tens of thousands of cargo plane flights and nearly 500 large transport ships. Speed is always a critical factor in military operations, which increases the importance of heavy cargo planes. For instance, the C-5M Galaxy, the largest transport plane in the U.S., boasts an impressive capacity to carry almost 130 tons of cargo with a range exceeding 2,400 miles. However, the huge costs are still an issue. With each hour of flight for a fully loaded C-5 costing around $100,000, the expenses can quickly add up. This means that a flight from the United States to Ramstein Air Base, the main U.S. military logistics center in Europe, costs over $1 million of taxpayers' money. It's a journey of 10 to 12 hours, with at least one refueling stop. And this is where Musk's super heavy rocket stands out. According to SpaceX, the Starship will be capable of transporting up to 150 tons of payload to low Earth orbit, 20 tons more than the C-5. With its potential to revolutionize long-distance transport for military purposes, the Starship holds immense promise in terms of efficiency, speed, and cost-effectiveness. With such incredible efficiency, the Pentagon is already envisioning a militarized version of the Starship, composed of standardized compartments following a system similar to pallets. This means that a Starship cargo container could be fully loaded in less than 5 hours, launched an hour later, and received at its destination in just 30 or 40 minutes. As I mentioned earlier, the military is also considering a Starship for troop transport, using specially adapted modules designed for passenger transportation. In theory, this futuristic concept could carry up to 400 armed soldiers, along with ammunition and supplies for several days of combat. Of course, all of this is still speculative, as the Starship is currently undergoing testing. But once the system is approved and produced at scale, the process of militarization and troop transport will be inevitable.